So I'm gonna start doing this tank. For some reason I got this hair at my butt, but I need to take these brackets off and see how far I get from that. I should be able to drill a hole in, put the bungs in. I don't feel like welding tonight. I'll probably do it another time, but I'll get it all prepped and clean. But anyways, if you can tell, there's this bracket for split tanks on there in the back too. Looks like somebody welded them on before, or it's just the way it was from the factory. So yeah, I'll just grind that shit out. My one concern is this big blobby mess right here. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe this frame broke before, or someone extended it or what. Not really sure. But I'm gonna get this going and hopefully we can clean this neck up. All right, both tabs are gone on this side, and that front one's the same, but it's still gone. I'm gonna clean it up, and just like that, it should be dialed in. There it is. Pretty crazy frame here. So this stuff is all normal. It's pretty much smooth. There's a ridge there. I mean, I'll do some final touch up, but look at that. There's like a little, see if I can get close. Little hairline crack thing there. There's a big old hole right there. I think that's a hole for the frame and little pits. There's a hole right here. I'm pretty sure that's for wiring to go back here, down the backbone. So at this point, I'm gonna have to get the TIG welder out. I'm gonna fill this hole. I'm not sure if I'm gonna fill this one. I doubt it. I gotta see where the tank mounts. So let's do that first. All right, so I think this is about where it's gonna be. That looks pretty good. I know my other tanks I've mounted, I put them way too close. This one's a little bit of a tank slapper. I think this part and this rotate really far back, so I'm gonna have to figure, that's another thing I'm gonna have to figure out, put a chain on it or something. It flops pretty good, so I don't want the tank too close. I like the tank when it's really whoa, woo, David Mann painting. But I like the tank when it's really far forward, but it's hard to get the bolt in, and then it gives you more area in the front for seat stuff. I should put it probably right where that frame mounts, comes together, and then I got all this room to take my tank off or tighten it, and it should be in the safety zone. Plus it looks fine that way. I think this thing's raked out. Not really sure. This frame's pretty goofy, but anyways, let's put this thing here so it doesn't fall. That's pretty much it on that. Now I'm gonna put the bungs in. All right, the hole's out. Try to get all the crap out of there. Boy, that thing is strong. What the hell? There it is. Let's try to get all the rest of the stuff. There we go. Okay, moment of truth. Let's put this in there. Oh, I see. Let's burn that out first. Ooh, she's tight. Okay, so it's a little bit on the big side, but once I TIG that thing in there, nobody will be none the wiser. All right, here it is. That's the tank welded on. I don't have the right bolts yet, so it's a little loose. And I gotta get some good hardware to put in there. Don't know what I'm gonna go with. Probably just wait till most of the bike is done, and I'll get all the hardware all at once. Difficult / the best way to do it. That way I don't have mix match bullshit. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Man, I forgot how to weld apparently. When I was doing it, I forgot that the bung that I put in the frame usually melts faster than the frame itself. So it's always kind of like I forget, and it sinks the bung in really fast and makes it look like shit. So then I filler rodded the hell out of it, and then I keep forgetting to get thinner rod for this stuff because my filler rod's like a little bit too big, so I just end up doing these big giant globs on there, and it just looks like poop. But it's on there for good. I'm gonna take the tank off right now and show you what a heinous mess I did. I'm not a pro TIG welder. I do it every few months. I'm always in a rush, basically. I always just do it as fast as I can and just kind of poop it in there, and then I'll go give it a once over just to make sure it's all sunk in. I probably should sit down and practice, but whatever. It'll do the job. So I normally shave it rounded because my tank part that goes over there is rounded, so I always shave the ends down. But you can tell I really hammered the boogers in there. And then that part I didn't put any filler on there, just sinks it in there nice. But there's big gaps on the ends if you use that same drill bit I used, so heads up. But I just fill the hell out of it. This one's looking pretty bad. Let's see if I can adjust the light. Not so much. All right. Nobody's gonna see this, but I like it how it's up high too, off the backbone. That way if I do have one wire for the headlight coming down, I don't have to like put it underneath. I can put it on top, run it through. Yeah, it looks like poop, but with the tank on there, you won't see any of this. And it's a chopper, who cares? As long as all I care about is if it's strong and sturdy. That's why I put these in there, because if you just drill a hole in there, over time that thing's gonna just get all wallered out, and you're gonna be playing that game. Quick and dirty. Lasts a lifetime. I got a new light too, so you're gonna bear with me while I make a couple videos where the light's gonna be pretty crazy. It's pretty cool having a light. I finally shelled out the dough. But I forgot when you're sanding these things, the freaking sanding material goes everywhere, all the metal dust. So all my bikes are covered. This new-ish motor to me is pretty gross now. So I'm gonna have to spend some time blowing it off, cleaning it out, and doing all that. But pretty simple. Put bungs in the backbone of your bike. Put your tank on. Pretty self-explanatory. Like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching. Check out the Purgatory videos where I just talk about stuff. I'm trying not to make them into videos where I do stuff like the last one. Excuse me. But yeah, stay tuned for this one. It should be ripping pretty soon. Another like 5-6 videos. I don't think it'll be ripping, but it should be almost done. And yeah, stay tuned. I'll tell you what's up with that other Shovelhead.